Hello everyone, and welcome to my first video on this channel. Today we'll be exploring the concept of the midnight sun. Here are some images and some times below. Can you match each image to when it was taken? You might be surprised, but it's in fact this. Why does it link in that way? Hint, it doesn't have anything to do with time zones. That's what we'll be looking at in this video. By definition, midnight sun refers to a day when the sun doesn't set for at least 24 hours. Instead, it just stays in the sky the whole time. Sometimes it's called a polar day, which reveals where this phenomenon is felt. Anywhere within around 23.5 degrees of either pole will experience this at least one day a year. However, it's often more than this due to atmospheric refraction, which can keep more sunlight reaching its surface for longer. Let's see why this happens. The Earth rotates upon an axis whilst orbiting the sun. This is why we have seasons. When the northern hemisphere is facing the sun, then it feels summer. Look at how it gets more time in the sun than in the winter when it's facing away. But also, look near the top of the axis. Since it's only a small angle away, it never actually reaches the other side, the night side, so the sun is in the sky the whole time. The farther up north you go, the more days you get, but the real winner is the North Pole itself. With 6 months of non-stop daylight, its day-night cycle is down to the orbit of the Earth around the sun, rather than its rotation. Here's a really cool map I found online, which shows the dates of midnight sun at different latitudes. We can see how this plays out with these pictures of daylit towns, and there are also some 24-hour time lapses here on YouTube. I'll link to some of those videos in the description. But wait a minute, what about the South Pole during the North Summer? Well, most places that experience polar days will also experience polar nights. This is the opposite of the midnight sun. Rather than being up for 24 hours, it doesn't rise for 24 hours. That's why it can be pitch black in Svalbard, Norway, for example, even at midday in winter. This year, Longyearbyen will experience 128 polar days, but only 112 polar nights, because the sun counts as being in the sky when the very tip is above the horizon, creating a slight bias towards the day. Some places, close to polar circles, don't have quite midnight sun, but they do have midnight civil twilight, which is called a white night. Civil twilight is the lightest of the 3 stages of twilight, where the sun is at most 6 degrees below the horizon, which means that regular daytime activities can still happen. This is the reason that the White Nights Festival is celebrated in St. Petersburg, Russia, as they occur from about 12th of June to the 2nd of July. The northernmost tip of Antarctica also experiences white nights during the summer solstice of the southern hemisphere. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something new. I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.